I want to give clothing brand founders my completely honest take on paid advertising today. Not the pitch version, not the version to get you to hire an agency, the actual honest version. Because I think there's a lot of bad information out there about when ads make sense, what they can do and what they cannot do, and what the realistic expectation should be. And I've seen brands damage themselves by running ads at the wrong time or with the wrong expectations, as much as I've seen brands scale dramatically by running them at the right time with the right foundation. So let me tell you exactly what I think. The first thing I want to say clearly is that paid advertising is not a foundation. It is an accelerant. It is an extension. And if you pour an accelerant on something that does not have a solid base, it does not build anything. It burns what is there. I've seen clothing brands come to us wanting to run ads when their conversion rate is under 1%, when their product pages have no real social proof, when their checkout experience is broken on mobile, and when their offer is unclear. Running ads in that situation is just paying to expose your problems. The traffic comes and it leaves immediately when you spend a significant amount of money learning something you could have figured out for free. Before ads make sense, you need to know that your store converts. Not perfectly, but well enough that paid traffic landing on it actually has a real chance of purchasing. The baseline we look for is somewhere around 2% or above before we feel confident scaling paid traffic. Below that, we are fixing the store before we run anything. But when the foundation is right, paid advertising does something that organic content cannot do at scale. It puts your brand in front of cold audiences consistently and predictability. Organic growth is real and it matters, but it is dependent on the algorithm, on virality, on things that are outside of your control. Paid traffic is controllable. You decide how much to spend, who sees it if you have a proper setup. And when it is working, you can scale it in a way that organic just simply cannot be scaled. For clothing brands specifically, through Meta is always going to be the most powerful paid channel available. The visible nature of the platform, the targeting capabilities, the ability to reach people based on interest and their behavior. It is built for a product that sells on aesthetics and identity. When we build a Meta campaign for clothing brands that are done correctly, the results are significant, but it requires the right creative, the right structure, and the right data behind it. The variable that determines whether paid ads work for a clothing brand more than anything else is creative. Not the targeting, not the budget, not the campaign structure, the creative. Because you are competing for attention in a feed full of other content, and if your creative does not stop someone in the first 2 seconds, none of the rest matters. The creative that works for most clothing brands on a paid is almost never polished. We've seen some of our best return on ad spend off of the most unprofessional looking campaigns. But it's the most real. UGC style content, founder content, real customers in real moments, that outperforms studio shoots always in our experience, because it blends into the feed in a way that does not immediately read as an ad, and it builds trust faster than something that looks overproduced. And I also want to be honest about when ads do not make sense, because I think agencies really say this. If you are pre-product, if you do not have a consistent organic demand yet, if your margins are too thin to absorb the cost of acquisition, so many people try to run ads with no money. If you do not have the budget to stay in the learning phase long enough to get real data, ads are probably not the right move yet. Not because ads do not work, but because the timing is just wrong. Ads work best when they are accelerating something that is already working, when there is organic demand, when the store converts, when the product has proven itself. At that point, you are not hoping ads work. You are using them to do something at scale, what is already happening at a smaller scale. Paid advertising is one of the most powerful tools available to clothing brands when it is used correctly and at the right time. If you want to know whether your brand is in a position to make ads work and want to know what that would look specifically for you, book a call with us. No pitch, really to just walk you through how the process would look. That link will be in the description. Also, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram, shoot me a follow, look at the other types of content as well as some of the brands that we've worked with to date. Outside of that, as always, if you liked this video, like the video, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment to let us know of other types of videos you would like to see from us in the future. As always, breaking things down on a weekly basis, and we will catch you in the next one.